Hey, it's Renee here, and I want to talk about using AI tools to support the reading comprehension process when it comes to scholarly articles. So Siobhan here responded to this cool question: what are some of the benefits and potential harms of algorithmic personalization? She pointed to this really interesting article about algorithmic personalization that she found, and this is basically says algorithmic personalization, a study of knowledge gaps and digital media literacy. Wow, this is a topic I'm really interested in, and I've written some about. So I'm looking at the abstract pretty carefully, and it looks like they did a survey with people from the Czech Republic. It looks like they try to measure something they're calling demographic disparities in digital media literacy. So different kinds of understanding about algorithmic personalization might be different for poor people and rich people. And I first scanned the article to understand its basic structure. It reviews the previous literature. It tells me a little bit about its methodology, how they collected the data, how they found the sample. And then it describes essentially the analysis method. And as soon as I see mathematical formulas, I'm like, yikes, okay, I'm not sure I understand, for instance, what is fuzzy? What's the fuzzy method? What's the fuzzy logic method? I'm not sure I understand that. So I keep scanning and I see, okay, so some of these look like items that they might have, like questionnaire items that they might have used. Okay, they're going to perform some kind of mathematical analysis to the data that they get back. Oh, yeah, look at that. There it is. They're making some mathematical calculations about it. And then we get to the results. They describe the results. These are basically data tables. Again, not sure what that is yet, but I understand that they're analyzing the data. I continue down to the bottom, look at the discussion section. So there, as I read the discussion section, I see that they recognize they did find differences across different demographic groups, and they suggest that media literacy education needs to be targeted differently for different kinds of people. Different social classes comprehend personalized content differently. Okay, that's cool. But for me to really understand this study, I'm going to need to read it more carefully. And so for that, I want to demonstrate the use of a really cool tool called NotebookLM. NotebookLM, it's not available through your URI account, but if you have another kind of Google account, another Gmail, you can use this tool. I basically uploaded this document into NotebookLM, and now I can basically use generative AI to ask questions about this thing. And it even suggests this question: how do different social classes perceive and understand algorithmic content personalization's implications? So it's reading just this one scholarly article. So it's producing a summary, not based on the whole internet, but just on this article, which is actually super helpful. And as you can see, it shows me where in the article it comes from. So it actually can help me like move through the document. Okay, so demographic disparities. Well, in the Czech Republic, that includes factors like education, age, income level, and occupation. That makes perfect sense that people of different social classes would have different understandings of algorithmic personalization, even different exposure. Now, who has higher knowledge and acceptance? The study says young people actually have the highest level of understanding, and that makes sense because they grew up with it, right? Young people like personalization, right? They think it's great, right? They're less concerned about data misuse than older people. And people who are using online media have different attitudes, or people who are highly motivated to learn about this for their own purposes, like people who are in the fields of media marketing or IT. So what is really great about this process is the way that I can ask specific questions and get specific answers. So I'm looking at who are the authors. I love the questions that they're asking. And as I interact with this, I start to understand the study better, right? Now, what's super cool is if I click over here, I can generate an audio overview, which sounds like a podcast, right? I can also get a video overview. I can get a mind map. I can get reports. So in a way, through asking questions, I can start to pull out some information about the research methodology and better understand the study. NotebookLM is super for us experts because it helps us deepen our reading practices, especially when we're reading stuff that uses methodologies or uses approaches to analysis that are new to us. I think you're going to have a lot of fun learning with NotebookLM. Hey, try it.